Good evening, folks. How is everyone tonight? We're going to get started in a couple minutes or so here. Please enter your name and where you are calling from. I guess you're not really calling. That's all real phone. Remember those phone conferences we used to dial into 20 years ago? Yeah. That no one could really hear anybody. Yeah. Technology has slightly changed. So please tell us who you are. There's a whole bunch of you, so we want to see who you are in the chat. Let's keep our questions held off here until we get going on the Q&A, or we will lose them. And hello to Joyce and Danny hiding there with her. Kevin and Mary. Matt. Oh, there's more people.
Hello.
Are we going to let Oscar drink?
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Oscar's here. Yay. Hello, Amanda and Steve. How are you?
Took him a little while.
But he's back.
But I'm back.
Oh, dear. Hey, Paul.
How's my peeps doing tonight?
Gina from St. Louis.
Do we got new peeps?
We do.
We got some
have
new
Gina
peeps
from
on
St. Louis.
tonight.
Nice.
Hello, Heather.
Ellen.
Ellen and Bob.
Oh.
Ashland, Oregon.
Got the Dingmans in the house.
Marcel from Edmonton. Lots of Edmontons. Londons. Oh, I started early here. Mark, Port Angeles.
Hey, Doug in Calgary.
Are you in Calgary?
Oh, yeah. Are you in Calgary?
Yeah.
Or just from?
Yeah. I think
You guys in Colombia now?
Yeah.
Give us a life update.
Update. Matt. Yes, he is strange, Matt. Oh, he's stranger? Yeah, okay. Okay. So look at that strange guy. Why is he so crooked in the video? Oh. Okay.
I'm crooked.
Well, you look pretty short, too. And you got the little seat? No.
If somebody wants to say hi.
There we go. Yay.
Gracie wants to say hi.
She's the star. Grizzly 44, Canuck. From Kenora, Canada. That's
I'm gonna
interesting.
leave you alone now.
That's okay.
Is this a Canadian Q&A? Oh, you guys are funny. Canadians come out of the woodwork. Why is that? Is summer over? No, just kidding.
We're getting questions already. I guess we should get started.
Oh, yeah. It's just like barely 1 minute after. Are there termites in Boquete? Yes.
Yeah. All over Panama.
You're in the tropics. There's termites. Thanks for joining, Oscar. No, okay. Okay, we're going to get started fairly quickly here. Just let me, for those of you who don't know us, we'll do a quick introduction. Promise it will be quick. And then we're going to start asking questions. This is a general Q&A, meaning you can ask any question. Doesn't matter if you are thinking of moving, you are in the process of moving, or you already live here and you got questions. So you can ask all the questions. We ask that people in the chat don't answer questions because that really we got one place to ask questions and chat. So it really confuses if there are answers in there. So right now, from this point on, please only, folks, questions only in the comment section. Okay. So we should tell them quickly who we are, Megan, as Oscar.
Sure. So whoever doesn't know, this is who we are.
Yeah.
He's here. He's on the screen.
On the screen. There he is. See?
We're retired Panama, and we do some really cool, fun relocation tours all over the country. We actually just got finished our 3-day Highlands tour, which is
Ooh.
really fun for us because that's where we are based. Our whole team is based in Boquete. So we get to, show our hometown and show our even our homes. We invite our groups into our home. So we do that. We do the 7-day cross country tour, and we have our Panama Total Access Pass for those people who already did a tour or don't need a tour, already know where they're going, and just need some extra support to get them here. And then if you come on a tour, you get the Panama Total Access Pass with your package. So I'm Megan. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I'm our operations director. I moved here in 2018, so 7 years now. Came originally with the Peace Corps and lived in a lot of different areas of Panama, a lot of more rural areas, got to learn a lot about the culture, Spanish language, all the local foods and recipes, and working in the schools. So then by the end of those 2 years, I met my now husband, Oscar, and decided to stay and move to Boquete, and now have a almost 3-year-old. And we have a really awesome community of families, and it's so diverse, like people from all over the world that live here. And it's super welcoming too, because so much of the community is not from here. So they've all gone through the move. And that's kind of true, like for all the expat towns across Panama. A lot of people that aren't from here, and they're happy to welcome newcomers and say, this is how we did it, and let's help you get settled. So that's what we do. And, if you come on our tours, we're going to help you do that. We're going to introduce you to local expats and the best experts here in country. So we hope you do.
Okay. My name is Rod. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Moved here coming up 14 years ago in October. Never looked back. It's been a great experience here. Oscar and I, we met up in my first year here. He was, in fact, my relocation guide almost 14 years ago, where he helped me get the immigration, get my driver's license, get my vehicle stuff sorted out. Like he did all the stuff that we help our clients do right now. Oscar did for me not many years ago. So that makes us one of the oldest relocation tours in the company.
Yep.
Because it's been that long. So we did that, and then I joined him in business, and we were basically helping expats here and doing one-on-one relocation services, private tours. And then we thought, rather than fixing expats' problems, let's do it the right way. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start when they're still home and haven't even started anything yet in the process, and help them find the right lawyer, find the right insurance for their needs here, help them find the right home, help them bring their phone numbers with them, do all the stuff that we do today. And with our 3 products, the 7-day, the 3-day, and the Panama Total Access Pass, there's something there for everybody. And like I said, I'm going to be celebrating my 14th anniversary here on October the 21st, I believe it is.
Oh.
And it just feels like yesterday. Not going back. People say, hey, are you going back to Canada? Nope.
The honeymoon phase hasn't ended.
It has not ended. So take it away, Oscar.
Hello, everybody. I am Oscar Peña, originally from Cali, Colombia. I moved here 17 years ago today. I turned 17 years in Boquete on August 12th.
Ooh.
So, very proud to be here this long. I love Boquete, and yet I still in the honeymoon stage after all this time. I have studied hotel and tourism industry in Colombia. That's my background. I live in Costa Rica for 3 years and a half, working in luxury small boutique hotels. I have well trained about hospitality, customer service, and that's how I got good feeling about what we're starting doing relocation services in Panama. It's just to be able to be in someone's shoes. When you have that empathy and just understand when somebody has a needs, and also understand that person might not be able to get it done in the way that should get done, because it could be a language barrier, culture barrier. And that's what I came in. And I'm very proud and grateful for the opportunity. We have met many beautiful people on the way, people that I can call almost family, including my business partner, which is almost like my mentor, father, brother that I never had, and my beautiful and amazing wife, which is she's the head director of the operations. Also, she's my brain many times. And yeah, happy. I'm in the operations. I'm the one leading the tour. I'm the one showing and making sure you all learning about the culture of Panama, and also the whole time having a great time, and most important that you're safe, even during the tour, after the tour. And that's what I do.
Good. Tell us about. We just finished, like seriously, guys. We like today just finished a 3-day Cherokee tour, and it just so happens we don't have a lot of tours available, guys. So we can talk about tours all you want. There's one. We have one cancellation a week right now. I think we have one in October and one in December, but we do have a couple spots left on the October Cherokee Islands.
We do have a couple of spots.
January is sold, but October and March are something. Tell everyone about that tour.
Well, the tour that we have spots in the 3-day Cherokee Highlands is for people that maybe you already here in Panama. Maybe you already have done even another location tour, and you still haven't get the right feeling about this area of the country, and you need that extra one-on-one support after you decide that Cherokee and one area in the Cherokee will be for you. So we have that option, and we still have the spaces. We will connect to the same way we do the 7-day tour is the same. We do the 3-day connecting with the expats, with all the professionals been working for over 10 years, and making sure you always have, or you always watch your back. That's pretty much the deal with us. The job doesn't end ever, and until you're fully independent. And even though, if you ever have something to come with us, if you need any assistance, any question, we'll be there for you.
It's also a lot of times people who just know they probably want to land in a cooler climate because we have that up here, and then a lot of times people will add on additional spots that they want to explore after or before the tour, and I will help you personally with any recommendations that you need to help plan the rest of your vacation here.
Yeah.
And then just from that 3-day tour, I mean, everything that you get to see, the closest beach, the closest city, the communities, housing options, Volcan, Boquete, local expats, local rentals agents. You get so much good info jam-packed into those 3 days. And then you get the total access pass and all of our support when you move here. So it's really like one of the best values.
Okay, well, that was our 7-minute commercial. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And we'll see. No, just kidding. Now we're going to begin, aren't we? We're going to begin. I won't know where that one question. Talk about termites.
Yeah, termites.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's most people don't build with wood here.
Yeah.
Because it's so humid and there are termites. So if you want to have wood in your home, definitely make sure it's well treated. But that's why you don't see much wood in Panama.
No, like I had a home. It was a casita in the backyard of the Lega that had that major termites nest. But it was built from this freestanding. It was a concrete block steel house. Shouldn't have termites, but the closets went all the way up into the ceilings, like the wooden closets, and they got in up there. I also have a pine bed frame. And if I don't spray it on a weekly basis, I'll see the termite dust. So they are here, but they're not. The construction typically is not wood here, so they're not taking down your house.
Yeah, also
it's steel and concrete usually.
Yeah, but it's not part of the culture to build with wood in this part of the continent.
Yeah.
Because we Latinos, we believe more in clay bricks or concrete bricks and stainless steel for.
Yeah, we don't have forests that we can cut down here and make the wood anyways.
And to try it
Panama's
out.
native to hardwood, so it doesn't really work with making 2x4s.
Yeah.
So it's all imported stuff, and so it can be costly. Okay, how far is it from Boquete to David by bus? And how often do the buses run?
The buses run every 30 minutes all day from early in the morning till like I think 5 or 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. at night. And
actually, it's every 30 minutes from 5 to 8. and then after it's every hour.
But it's only
there's
till like
two
9
late
or
buses.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's like $1.75 now one way, but it is like probably double the time than a car would be because they're going slow, they're picking up, dropping off the whole way. So it could be like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Mhm. From, station to station.
Depending how many stops
Yeah,
they
mhm.
have.
Ambulance service in Boquete and Chitre. Well, we got to look at that individually, obviously. Boquete we have a public ambulance. We also have two companies with private ambulances. You're looking at $300 for a private ambulance. You're looking at no cost for the public, but it might not be available, might not have gas, might not have a paramedic available. So with the private, at least it's going to be available. And Chitre, I don't know if they have.
Private.
Write that down. I gotta check on that one. Gotta add that to my access pass.
Yeah, they definitely do have
They have public because they got a big public hospital.
Mhm.
It will be done through the 911 system, but you're gonna have to know Spanish or have an interpreter handle those calls for you.
There are services for that in Panama where you can pay just under $100 a year and you have a facilitator that you call for emergency situations, and they're going to be your translator to get you whatever service you need.
There's been a big push with the private/public ambulance system. Like I was telling you guys about Sume, like the president was here. Sume is the big ambulance company in Panama. Now they do provide ambulance for all the public hospital system here. They just opened an office in Chitre, and there's been talk about them opening an office in the Azuero. We don't really know where it is yet. So Chitre might be getting more ambulance service. In Cherokee, we just had ours off. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that sound was. Sorry, guys.
Car.
Yeah.
Somebody forgot to put oil in his power steering.
Yeah, so in Cherokee, we now have Sume ambulance service. That's SUME. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, yes, sir. You're right.
Thank you.
For once.
I'm going to turn the camera away from you. Next question. Okay, now we got to the beginning of the question. Sorry, guys.
Oh, Doug answered. He said still a toss-up between Colombia and Panama. It's depending.
No, yeah, depending what she wants. Yeah.
As it should be.
Hey, Amanda, yes, Canadians absolutely do need background checks. Yes, it's an RCMP fingerprinted criminal background check. Do not do it directly with the RCMP. You'll wait weeks, if not months, to get it. Find a facilitator, or your lawyer will actually tell you who the best one is. So, Amanda, you guys can get a hold of us. Obviously, we can connect you with that. And the ones that we use, we got Western Canada, Eastern Canada facilitators that can get you a background check in a week or so. Mm-hmm. It's even faster in the States. Okay. Visiting in November. Okay. I'm visiting a month in November. I want to stay in El Cangrejo since it's a nice walking distance. Good hotel, Airbnb, or apartment rental.
Cangrejo, you find all the above.
Yeah.
Depends on what is your preference. You want more independence, or you want more like not worry about breakfast. There is good options of hotels in Cangrejo area. There's Ramada.
Yeah, you can get the Ramada for like $1,500 a month.
Yeah, it's of the Argentina. Yeah. And Airbnbs on Cangrejo is plenty options.
Lots of hotels too. It just depends on your budget.
Yeah.
Just watch your reviews when you're an Airbnb, obviously.
Yeah.
Go for the
Superhost.
Superhost. Yeah. And then you should be safe. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's happening in Boca del Toro with Chiquita. Everything's been settled for a while, Mark. Chiquita has actually left the country. All the workers, 6,000, lost their jobs. And now the president he was just in, where was he? Somewhere in South America, like Brazil, meeting with Chiquita, negotiating with them to come back. Because they got a bunch of bananas sitting there and someone's got to grow them. So we hope it comes back. They were a great company. Had some problems.
Yeah, he's been working on some good deals for the agricultural sector here.
Yeah.
He just got Nestle to start purchasing more of Panama's milk.
Okay.
Yeah, as they should.
Oh yeah, that's the big milk deal that they announced. There's no more protests. All that's over.
Yeah, but here's the thing that sometimes people don't see on the news, and I got to see it because I got to go all around cross country. This government, it's been a long time. First time I see it, that it's actually being proactive with agriculture, with actually the people, the private sector.
Yeah.
That's being hurt so badly lately in the past protests, in the past situations, and these guys really, really making sure everyone is more equity of what I have seen it. So good on the presidency, good on the people. It's not perfect, of course, but it's definitely way better than the last decade.
Yeah. Last week, the World Bank just announced its prediction for Panama's GDP to be the second highest in all of the Americas at 4.6%, only next to Argentina, which is having some its own good and bad issues, but Argentina is seeing the inflation and we're not. So it will. Like literally, Panama's going to have one of the best economies in all of the Americas this year. And that was after Chiquita, protest, the mine closing. Everyone thought we would go negative GDP. It never happened. So the government's doing a great job for business here and, striving to try to protect the employees and keep the jobs. So, Okay, we're talking about vehicle registration and inspection here in Coronado. Bought a new vehicle in Panama City. I can inspect in Coronado, correct?
Yeah.
Do I have to register and pay fees in Panama City?
Well, the car, if you already brought, you already have chosen which municipality to be registering. So you have to pay the fee every year according to the municipality the car is being registered. For inspection, you can do anywhere in the country. As long as approved by the ATT, inspection can be done anywhere. And then your insurance, and then but you have to be the municipality, the registro único, the title will show on the bottom. Will say it is Chame or Panama or wherever.
If you don't know, it's probably registered in Panama, but you will see it on your title.
Yeah. If it was bought in Panama City and you never tell them where.
Yeah, your dealer should have asked where you wanted to register.
No, but
they might not have.
No, but seriously, just look in the registro único, the title, and the bottom will say which municipality is registered.
You can change municipalities the month that your registration is due, but also there are a lot of facilitators that help with this. So if you don't feel like going to Panama City to do all of the paperwork, there are lots of great facilitators that can do it for you.
It was cheaper than just going.
We use one.
Yeah.
We don't like to wait hours in offices.
I used a facilitator for my first 12 years.
Yeah, Oscar.
Oscar's
and now Oscar uses a facilitator because
I'm busy.
He doesn't have time.
So, Oscar, what are you doing? I'm just going to pick you up. We're going to Delega. Yeah. I need my car plate done.
Yeah.
Did that for years.
There's a lot of good people that will help.
Ray says he wants to sign up. However, there's a however, Ray. Let's help you out. I wish to stay 2 more weeks. Will you be able to help me locate 2 different areas?
Yeah, like you want to, whatever you want. If you come on tour with us, I'm going to help you with all of your after stay or before stay. We have plenty of good recommendations. It just depends on where you want to go, what your budget is, what you're looking to do, and then I'll send you personalized recommendations. the best guides, the best drivers, shuttle companies, all of that.
Yeah.
And we have an included domestic flight in our 7-day tour. So I can change that to whatever date you want it, out of whatever town you want it.
Perfect. Yeah, like we don't do it like a travel agent. We can't book it for you under your name, but definitely we'll show you this is a great place to stay. Here's a choice of 3 hotels and this or 3 resorts along the beach and stuff like that for sure. We will help you coordinate that.
What do we charge for tours?
And Marcel, well, just quickly, the 7-day tour is $2,500 a single, almost $4,000 a couple, and the 3-day Cherokee tour is $1,295 a single, $1,895 a couple. So
well invested.
And that's all inclusive, by the way, except for your airfare here.
Your international airfare.
Yeah, your international airfare to Panama City or David in case of the 3-day tour, nor alcoholic beverages unless the ones that Oscar's buying you.
Okay. Hey, sometimes I like to spoil my peeps.
Yeah, that's true.
They know.
Marcel, can we make a Canadian Panama tax strategy based group?
Well, Marcel, follow us, please. We have a Canadian, a really good friend of ours that is a Canadian tax strategist expert. And he's going to be doing a Q&A for us. We're talking in September sometime. Yes.
Nice.
He is your guide.
It's going to be by invite only. You're going to have to be registered. It's going to be an invite only thing because it's going to be specifically for Canadians who are looking to save on taxes coming here or are looking to total exit out of Canada as like not passport wise. I'm talking about tax residency wise, like both our guest and myself have done.
I think Paul is next there.
Paul, it's not crypto unfriendly. Okay, this is why I say most major banks have nothing to do with crypto, but some of them have started, like Tower Bank, for example. We have crypto ATM machines. We have a crypto mall on Balboa Avenue with every store takes crypto. So it's slowly becoming more crypto friendly than some countries. And with other Central American countries moving that way, the government here is certainly looking at it. But I don't know if we're ever going to find a crypto friendly country or government because the whole basis of crypto is not government friendly. Like it's a there's there's too many walls around the banks and the regulations and privacy. So for crypto to be friendly to some of them, but I'm a crypto guy. But I don't.
The Panama City mayor has been really pushing crypto.
But there are like some things happening with crypto in Panama in the near future that they've been talking about.
Yeah.
But they're not exactly fast at this stuff. So we'll see what that happens.
Anything.
Oscar, how was the weather in Volcan yesterday? We were just on
no, it was beautiful. Volcan, the downtown is 1,500 meters above sea level. So that translates about 7,000 feet. Yeah, close to 7,000 feet. So during the day, if it's now sunny and if it's cloudy and breezy, you will need a little sweater. Temperature will go down to, let's say in Fahrenheit, high 70s.
During the day.
Yeah.
During the day. At nighttime, will drop to probably 60s at nighttime. And
50s in the really chilly times.
In a very chilly time through the night. Through the night. Yeah. So, but the thing is, what makes it colder will be if it's rainy and cloudy and breezy. That's what it makes a chill, very chill day in Volcan.
It's the coolest, wettest area of the country.
Yeah.
But with great soil. Like that's where the majority of the produce comes from. All volcanic soil.
Although, and also Volcan is a different layout than other towns like Boquete. It's a farming town. So as much I can give you my perspective, or we can give you our perspective, the best way is for you to come to find out, to see if it really has enough amenities. It's a beautiful town. It has lots of potential, and real estate for renting, for investing is a good timing right now. Gorgeous lands to offer, and it's not that far from the beach. It's only an hour 20 minutes. So very doable.
Basically, because of our location to the equator and stuff like that, our sunrise and sunsets the same number of hours of sun every day of the year. We don't really have seasons here. We have what we call
Rainy
the
season,
rainy
dry
season and the dry season. So the temperatures are pretty stagnant within a degree of 2 of Celsius throughout the year. So that's the biggest difference for me being a Canadian, where there's 4 distinct seasons and minus 40 to plus 40 Celsius.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like that here. So same as Boquete. It's 25 to 27 degrees Celsius every day of the year. Like it's.
Yeah.
Hey Carter, how are you?
Hmm.
You couldn't get on the chat. How come? Wouldn't let you? The best airline to travel from the U.S., bar none, Copa Airlines. And this is why I say that. Copa has direct flights, 15 of them, U.S., Panama City, back to U.S., Panama City. That's all they do all day and all week. So there's no connections, so the on time is so much higher.
Although I have to vouch because I have experienced it recently flying and coming back from the U.S. I will say Delta. Delta's another option.
We were delayed both flights.
Delta?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not minimum. But the service.
But
if you look at the stats,
it was
and the
okay.
numbers,
I'm just
we
saying,
have
I'm just
hundreds and hundreds of people a year come in.
I'm just
And we look at the
qualifying.
delayed flights and the stats. Very seldom.
I'm just qualifying Delta for the service and the people
They were
and the
okay.
attention. They were
It
good.
depends a little bit of where you live. Of
But look
course.
up, Copa Airlines. But there's direct flights from. It's mostly Copa. There's direct flights. Delta is Atlanta. Is that where you went to?
Yeah, Atlanta to Seattle.
Atlanta AA is Miami. United, which is a Copa affiliate, is Houston, Newark, and San Francisco, and all the other cities are Copa.
Yeah.
15
And it's
of
a
them.
Panama airline.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they give you a hot meal just to Florida. I still can't get over that.
Yeah.
It's a 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah.
They did. So Copa.
Yeah, I think Delta gives you a hot pretzel.
Not even.
I'm just saying, all the airlines Delta was
One cookie
They would be my number 2, Oscar.
on a 6-hour flight.
I'm just
We
saying.
got a cookie.
Not a 6 hour.
Well, I was able to buy some refreshments.
There we go. I'm thinking about doing a 3-day Cherokee tour followed by 2-week stay. Is 2-week stay long enough to get the feel of living? It's a good start.
It's a good start.
Yeah,
2
definitely.
weeks, definitely.
But you're going to be in one season, don't forget. So if you come on our October tour, it won't be like that in December through April. If you come on our March tour, it won't be like that September through November. So you won't get 100% feel for the weather unless you actually stayed here.
But if you're more afraid of the rainy season, definitely you want to come in October.
Exactly.
Because that's pretty much like the
rainiest.
worst of the rainy season, which is we still have very sunny, beautiful mornings with daily basis.
Yeah.
So that's the best bet. Come in the time you fear the most.
Experience all the seasons. That's the best.
What is the population? I know we've been saying the same number for years because we don't have an accurate.
There is no
census.
accurate number, so it's
25,000.
It's about between 25 to 28,000
Yeah, it could be 28.
average. Yeah, but the Boquete is
We
one
should
of the
actually
towns.
up it.
No, but Boquete is one of the towns that has the biggest amount of expats per capita in the
Can
whole
you believe they did a census 2 years ago and still we don't
have a number
numbers?
from that census.
Because it was done by I want to bid
The
my
last
time.
government.
Yeah, I want to beat my time to say something.
Yeah, my neighbor filled mine out for me, so I didn't have to fill it. So.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm sure I was counted correct. Okay,
We're
Heather, Can taxidermy be imported to Panama? Only if it's dead, Heather. Okay. Did I get a laugh from anyone there?
I don't even know what is a taxidermy.
Like a stuffed animal.
But like a real
Like you
animal.
go hunting and then you stuff it.
Oh,
Okay, that was funny,
yes.
Heather. Okay, there is a extra form. You're going to talk to your shipper about that.
I was
yeah.
curious to know the answer.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I actually went through it last month.
you did.
There's an extra form.
Now we're laughing.
Yeah, there's an extra form to fill out. If it's one item that's not that big, Heather, we might suggest a better way to go than put it on the container, because sometimes when you have, same as your shipper might advise you, take all your liquid, take all your makeup and liquid soaps and all that stuff off the container. We don't want to claim that cheap in a different way. There's less chance of an inspection.
I would understand better as an animal mummy.
Yeah, animal mummy. That's what it is.
Good way to put it.
Okay. All right. And where are those questions? I think sometimes you got to refresh this.
Does anybody want to come on live and ask their question?
Oh, I
Yeah.
never even mentioned that.
You can just type live in the chat and we will invite you to come on and we can get to see some of your faces. You can even ask a couple questions if you want.
I missed some questions. I don't know. Joyce, what did I miss?
Here, let me see. You skipped some. Like this one.
Nope.
That one.
We did that one?
We got that one.
Oh, yeah.
We got that one.
Okay.
This one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
I missed that one.
In the province of Ontario, Canada, is it common for people to lease their vehicles? No, people do not. Individuals don't lease vehicles here. Most of the time, it's not even an option for individual. There is some corporate leasing going on, but not really much.
In
for
Panama City, there's
individuals.
one company. It's called Panama Rental.
Yeah.
They do leasing.
Well,
It's the only one.
They call it not like North America does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do a rental type thing, but it's not really a lease or a lease to buy or a lease with the buyback option, stuff like that. So I don't know why, but maybe there's just not that huge market there. Okay, we're just
I think
flipping
we
through
got them all.
questions. Okay. Well, maybe these guys want the night off.
Oh,
How
no,
do
there's
we
more.
connected with the Canadian
wait, this one
chat
first.
live?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
sorry.
was the answer that one. Certified organic produce. Do you have certified?
Yes, technically, but there's only been 3 or 4 places certified because it takes 5 years for it to happen.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you can have
Yeah.
very options for organic food, because there's a lot of local farmers that do put nothing in their farm besides water.
Yeah.
Or there's
Or
some
chicken
that are
food.
just like very minimal
Yeah.
chemicals. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys at the Tuesday market, the ones that have been here forever down by Bugaba,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're the one certified farm in Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what I said. There's many of them, places, local growers here that don't. And if you're going to be in Panama City, there are places to go other than the supermarket to buy your vegetables and your produce.
Mm-hmm.
They have weekly markets. They have places. Get to know the people. One of the ladies I buy from at our public mercado, Megan, used to be know her family when she was here first, living in the Kermacher and their farm.
mhm.
Yeah. And we still buy them. They don't spray the chemicals on their food. That says certified organic that I need. Okay. Is crime, somebody asked, okay, I never saw that one. Someone's asking if crime in Boquete is on the rise. I say it's like this. We've been through
Well,
different
depends on
waves.
the type of crime.
Yeah.
Crime is, what would you call crime? Like a petty theft, sometimes on and off. Violent crime, not really. With some cases a while ago, quite sad, but not recently. A violent crime.
No, we have like as far as murders and stuff like that, not a lot. like very little.
Very
The
little.
You know what
last
is-
murder I know of is 6 years ago.
Yeah. You know the number one cause of death recently?
What?
Car accidents.
Car accidents here, yeah, that's a crime the way some people drive. But we've had there was an uptick of petty crime, and then now we're back in a downtick. There was an uptick. We don't get a lot of home invasions, but I've heard of 2 of them in the last year. So that's is that more? Like it's just not a huge number to say that there's a big increase happening.
And usually when a home invasion happens, it's because either it's an inside job or I always say this to people moving here. Like when you're moving here, you gotta be cautious about showing or saying too much about what you have. What much money do you have, jewelry, do you have stuff, and also like do not lock properly your property. If just not inviting random people to the house that you don't know, because if that happens, and sometimes a person can be tempted.
The most common crimes we hear of are theft. And
Mhm.
typically it's either one, if people are building and they have nobody's on site and they just have it locked up in a home or a shed or in a container and there's no security, there's nobody there and everything gets taken.
Yeah.
The other thing is if you're having a job done at your house and you don't know the people doing the work and maybe they're looking at things in your house while you're getting something fixed. That's the other common thing that they'll see, and they'll try and come back and at a time when you're not there, or maybe in the night to sneak in. So it's good to have really good preventative security, dogs, either ForeTech screens or bars, good locks, good cameras or alarm
Sensor
systems.
motion, sensor lights.
All of those things that that everybody does here, and it's because you don't want to be the easy target, not because it's a high rate of crime. It's just prevention.
And a crime depends on where you look on Facebook. You can go to, there's some of these sites that start up that are run by people that, I don't know, run types of conspiracy things and are telling people that my neighbors, gardeners, aunts, best friends, nephews twice removed told them that they heard from their neighbor that this happened. Did it?
Yeah.
We don't know. It's ridiculous. Or there's a group in Boquete here that the owner of that group is making this claim that 5,000 people from Bocas del Toro, Chiquita factory workers were bussed into the Cherokee, Boquete, Caldera region, and they're here stealing our stuff now. I have not met.
I haven't seen that one.
That'll be one in 5 people here.
Oh
So it's just. Or you can go to these other sites that if someone posts something happened, the admins delete it. They don't want people to know. So like I said, it depends on where you are. We if you're looking at Boquete, you guys, Expats in Boquete is our site. We don't suppress stuff and we certainly don't exaggerate. If you're from the U.S., even Canada and Panama City, we recommend U.S. expats in Panama. I'm trying to convince Mike to change the name to U.S. and Canadian expats. So they're nice, cleanly moderated groups, and that.
Just about facts,
About facts,
about
exactly.
facts. That's
Not
all they need.
exaggerations.
You need to always
And
look.
first-hand accounts.
Exactly. Yeah.
So back to the question: is crime an uptick? I think it's fairly stable to where it's been.
Yeah.
Well, we never say there's no crime. You need to be vigilant. Yeah, if you're building a house, you hire the $25 a night guy to watch your house.
If you ask anybody who's lived in Boquete the last 10 years, they could count and tell you exactly the violent crimes on one hand that have happened in the last decade.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you, I've seen this question come up with a couple people that they want to get notified of our, of us, our events. Please check the chat and just sign up for our newsletter. Yes, you're going to get an email once a week, but you might learn something. But we will, when we have that Canadian chat, it will go out to this list.
Yeah, we have a lot of Canadians asking for tax advice. for moving here. So that
Yeah.
would be a really good one. You'll want to be tuned in for
Yeah.
that.
Jennifer, I paid my deposit for October. When is the final payment? Invoices. Megan sent you an email. Make sure you saw that, Jennifer. That was yesterday, I believe, or the day
2
before.
days ago,
2
I
days
think.
ago. I printed invoices today. I'm going to be emailing them out tomorrow. And it's due 30 days before the tour. So in a couple weeks.
Yeah, my email is megan@retiringpanamatours.com. So you can just search that if you didn't find it, or just send me an email and I'll resend it.
Hey, Ellen and Bob. People do not text here whatsoever. When I'm talking text through your phone SIM card.
Direct text messaging.
Yeah. It's all WhatsApp.
Yeah.
What's that?
Not even, and they seldom phone. I probably get 2 phone calls a month and about 100 WhatsApp calls a month. Like that's the ratio.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know why, because phone is usually clearer.
Oscar always direct calls me or tells me to direct call him because it is a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
I have concerns about pesticides when buying in a grocery store. Now, when I'm buying, if I don't know where I'm buying from, I am washing my carrots and potatoes and stuff like that.
Always washing it. You have to
Well,
always wash.
You have to watch.
Unless
I
you're
know
peeling
who
it.
I'm buying
Even
from,
apples,
and
even fruits.
I know they don't use chemicals.
Well,
Yeah.
the people who packaged it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, always wash.
She's looking at me strange now. Oh, I'm never eating over here again.
I'm never having those
Never
veggies
having
ready.
salad. Panama, the difference between Panama and Colombia. Well, when we start our Colombia tour,
Well, it's Colombia.
what's
not
the
Colombia.
biggest difference, really?
No, just
Oh, don't.
Just
Oh,
please.
oh, my
Lot of
goodness.
differences.
Please.
Joyce,
it's
Joyce,
not.
Joyce.
It's
you,
not.
You did.
In English, they spell it like that, but
no,
It's
no,
not.
no, no, no.
It's
It's 2 totally different things.
O-L-O.
COLO.
It's within Colombia.
Cologne. Not yes.
But I
Yeah,
forgive
Colombia
you.
is like,
Yeah.
what, 5-6 times the size of Panama?
We're Panama is
One
around
more than
4.5 in Colombia with 15 million. So yeah, we're quite larger. We have a lot more big cities in the higher elevation, including Bogota, Manizales, Pasto, Pereira, Medellin. So very, very modern cities in the high altitude, very modern cities in the lower altitude like Cartagena, Barranquilla, Cali. So
Way
yeah.
more developed in a lot of ways, a lot more to
Yeah,
offer as far as like things to do, like shopping, all that sort of stuff,
Mhm.
but also more complicated in a lot of ways for North Americans because most people don't speak English there.
and there is
You're
the
working
currency,
in Colombian pesos.
which is a challenge to understand. But the benefit is the US dollar goes way further down.
Yeah, it's very affordable.
Yeah. I go there, so if you want to come here to Panama, start first in Panama. I always advise, it doesn't matter that I'm Colombian, I always will advise to start in Panama because it's easier to understand the basic of the culture in Latin America. And then you can come with me on some of my tours to Colombia, just no relocation, just to experience Colombia, explore Colombia, and then you get more familiar and you understand, oh,
There we
this is
go.
Colombia.
And Joyce, your job is to send Oscar an email with the word Colombia, COLO 100 times. You know, like we used to have to do in school.
Like Bart and the Simpsons.
Yeah, on the
I will
black.
write Colombia with
Funny, Joyce. I did it for like what 3 years. I spelled Colombia wrong.
Everybody does
oh.
it. It's Oscar's pet
And
peeve.
when you basically live with one, you learn about it sooner.
No, we go before the question.
Okay,
No,
you skipped
you
question
skipped
one
one question.
Oh, did I miss one?
Yes.
That's how we skipped them. It's me doing it. The beaches, Porto Amulas. See, wonderful. They are wonderful.
They are. It's just that Puerto Rico has a different layout and lifestyle than the rest of the country, and that because it's a little far away, very next to the border of Costa Rica. So the lifestyle is slightly different. Right now, I would say it's security is being quite controlled. We have more presence of police in the center front. It's just different. It's just a way different vibe than any other beach towns like the sea, Coronado. It's a whole different world. More affordable, yes, but more remote. this way.
There used to be like some security concerns there. It's a border town. It's split right. Costa Rica and Panama both have Puerto Mayas. So, but yeah, the government has been doing a good job putting some money into the area, doing the new boardwalk along the coast there, and trying to keep it more safe. Because of that, it has the most affordable beachfront properties in the country.
Yep.
And so I think we're going to see some good things happening there.
Crazy. One of our guests was just down there and he looked at a 1/4 acre beachfront property for $120,000. It had a 1,200 square foot house on it.
Yeah.
That was fairly newly built. It wasn't his style. It wasn't what he was looking for lifestyle. But, to get, 1/4 acre for just over $100,000 on a really nice looking beach.
Yeah.
Great deal.
Next question. The one that actually you.
When I started, currency exchange. Yeah, centered in Panama City, not really in banks. There's a couple banks that offer multiple currencies. There's only 2 I know of in Davie that do currency exchange, and that's about it for the country.
It's not that common because Panama is U.S. dollar.
And sometimes you have to order. If you want euros, a lot of times you got to order. They don't have it. Yeah.
Panama City will be the best place to get euros.
Yeah. So most people, convert the currency if you're a Canadian or European, get some US dollars before you come here. It'll be a better rate, and you'll have it. Okay. Brad and Kathy, looking forward to meeting you guys too in September. Live
Finally.
music scene in Boquete. Well, I live very close to it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays.
Yeah.
It's a different music every time.
Yeah. Plenty of
Last night, I don't know who was playing. They were good when I drove by. Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of sort of local bands and sometimes bands from Panama City or other towns nearby. So the live music and the music culture in Boquete is pretty strong. It's fun.
Yeah, if you guys are musicians, they'll pull you in. They're always looking for more musicians.
New talent, new musicians, yes.
Okay. Are firearms allowed in Panama?
They're allowed as long as you do the process and you're a permanent resident, no records.
It's much easier to get one here than bring your own. To bring your existing firearms, you're only allowed 3 to 5. And it's only specific guns.
Only handgun.
Yeah, handgun, or
semi-automatic.
Like you can do a shotgun. But
only for home.
Right, yes.
For carry-on, only revolver and semi-automatic.
Yeah.
That's it. For home, only a no automatic rifle or a shotgun.
Yeah. So, and if you're importing, it could be a 2-year process. If you get your cedula, your permanent residency cedula, then you can start the process probably within 8 months. You'll be buying a used one, but even like a used Glock, it's going to run you around $2,500 in Panama, but not $4.99 like Walmart. Okay. Tell us the area about San Francisco, Panama. Oscar, tell us about that.
It's Panama City.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the close to the downtown of Panama City. Nice buildings, nice condominiums, good restaurants.
It backs up onto Parque Omar, which is a beautiful big park in the city.
And it's also easy to connect to the Corredor Sur, so if you want to go to Tocumen back and forth. A lot of stuff going on in San Francisco. I would say it's it's a JJ area of JJ. By the way, JJ is like a bougie, nice area of the city.
It's just as hot as the rest of the city.
Yes, same weather.
All basically sea level areas of Panama run you within 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit, 73 to 93.
Yeah.
73 for a low, it never goes
At
below
night.
70 at night, and 93 for a high, but it could be 96, could be 90, so or 89.
Sometimes it feels like 120.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the same to all sea level areas of Panama.
Yeah, transportation is great. It asks about transportation and healthcare. Healthcare, fabulous hospitals in Panama City. Great transportation, whether it's Uber, taxi, buses, metro.
Hey, Marcel, you'd have no need for a lawyer in Canada to move to Panama. The only need you would have is if you were selling your house and buying a house in Panama, you'd be changing your wills in Canada and getting a new will in Panama. You require Panama lawyers for that. We have great Panama lawyers that handle a lot of Canadian immigration and stuff like that.
The team that we work today is the same team I've been working for the last 15 years.
And never a complaint.
And never complain, and we'll never change them. They're the best.
I have Grizzly for Canucks.
They're welcome in Panama.
Yeah, I have proudly throughout that whole debacle been able to wear my Canadian hat. No issues whatsoever. My Canadian ball cap.
Yeah. No, even the whole conflict, it had nothing to do with Canadians.
No.
The Panamanians were angry with the Panamanian government for not doing the deal in the right way.
And W5 did a great exposure that was translated and played here in Panama that the Quantum Minerals actually only had 24 Canadian employees out of its 10,000 that were Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
Their entire board and everything was from London. So, okay, Mark, hey, good one. How reputable are the pre-sale builders? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say between 1 and 10. There are some terrible ones.
On average, what would you say?
5.
I was going to say 3.
But there are 10s.
Yes.
There are 10s.
There are 10s.
Right.
We only deal with the 10s
Yeah.
because we have heard of the ones. We had a guy on tour once, and remember we're driving down the toll highway there, Corridor Sur, and he points up, look, there's my condo. And
There.
it was a big piece of air because he had put $50,000 on a pre-sale.
At an
It was
international
never
living
bought.
conference.
Yeah, at some conference 5 years ago. They never built. So you got to do your research, Marcel. If you've already started, start backing up and finding someone that can help you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, you talk to people here, it's pretty easy to find out just look at their track record.
Yeah.
Do they have successful builds? What was the timeline? What, is it full?
And if you use their lawyer, look for everything you can to back out of the deal right now. You need your own lawyer.
Yep.
And many of those companies will. They go, oh, we have a lawyer for you. It's really simple. No, you need a lawyer to do a complete due diligence of that company, their CEO, and every member of their board. Okay, so yeah. So it is. It can be a gong show compared to North America because our legal system will not serve you as a foreign English-speaking person. You won't understand what's going on, and it's just a bit of a gong show.
Also, make sure they built in that area before. There's a lot of developers from Panama City that are trying to come to Boquete and build with their Panama City permits, and already in pre-sale sold a ton of condos. And the Boquete municipality is saying, whoa, you don't have permits to build that here.
Yeah.
Well, you have to go through process, and they've all been on hold for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm a writer, blogger, poet. I was wondering if there's a writing culture. Not huge on the Spanish side, maybe on the expat side in Boquete.
Maybe it is.
Some there.
Yeah. I mean, I consider myself a poet.
Let's hear something.
Well, you're not a singer.
Well, I'm not inspired right now, but I can come out with something. I mean,
Next Thursday.
So, yeah, Jacqueline, there are in the expat community, I've seen this before. We have a painting group. There's a writers group, and there's the book clubs and stuff like that.
Pottery, photography.
Any Panamanian poet would obviously be doing poetry in Spanish. And that rhymes a little different. That's a whole thing. You can't take a poem in English and translate it to Spanish. It will probably
I'm sure if you like
approach.
depending on the area you're in, just there's local WhatsApp groups, there's Facebook groups once you're here to connect with people for hobbies and stuff like that. And I'm sure if you posted, people would reach out and say, let's get
and
together.
the bigger expat groups like Panama City, Coronado, Boquete, if you go to Volcan and you go to Pedasi or Porto and Mulas, you might not have every one of those groups because it's just not that many expats there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start it. Lots
Okay.
of expats do.
Last question. Well, how is the camping culture?
There is some camping culture in the country.
Darn, less
No,
than you
there
would
is.
think.
Yeah, no, there is. There is a camping culture. The only situation, the challenge is we don't have the camping sites or parks like in North America, like you have the facilities.
Yeah,
or
it's not the
just,
RV.
Yeah, no,
culture.
it's not. We don't have that here. It's basically you can park anywhere that you are allowed and not invading any private property. And just make
Pitch
sure.
your tent with the snakes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the national parks here are very rustic.
yeah,
Like
very,
many of
very.
the trails are not well kept.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you want to get into it, it's best to start with a guide and have somebody kind of hold your hand because it's nothing like the camping sites in the States.
My suggestion is for camping,
It's very
just
rustic.
get a 4x4 reliable 4x4 vehicle and put the roof rack with a tent above the ground. So it's more safety for any creatures because we do have quite a few snakes.
We do.
And then just make sure you have provided with water and all the etc. items to make it enjoyable to camping.
Yes.
Insane.
Okay. This is an interesting question. Mr. Ben, to select a great doctor, word of mouth for your GP for sure. Our hospitals don't really have great websites with great profiles of all the doctors. The only one that might is Punta Pacifica in Panama City, where you could research a doctor's history all the way back to the papers he produced and where he went to med school. Like I've seen their bios, but other hospitals no. You find someone, you find you could have a family doctor in Panama the day you get here if you wanted to, if you find the right one. People that come on our tours, we always recommend them specific doctors that we've used for years. We all have our favorites, right? And you can go try them. They're like $15, $20 a visit. So
I wish, Bill, that should be a thing.
that would be a good thing, yeah. But I just never see, even I tried it because I was looking up the specialists in Cherokee Hospital. Nothing, no profile, no, like, what have you done for the last 30 years that makes you good here, doctor?
Just go look at their Instagram.
Yeah, I know
profile.
that. You got to find them online. Hopefully, they're in the right places. Okay, we're going to go for the last question from Marcel, who seems really excited. Is there places we cannot own land?
Yeah, national parks.
National parks, and within is it a 10-kilometer radius of the Costa Rican border?
Yeah.
For a foreigner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a foreigner, you have to be here with the permanent visa so many years before you can buy land within 10 kilometers of the Costa Rican border. Is that right?
Yeah, and also in some national parks you can buy land, but you cannot develop.
Yeah. So
like you can buy a piece of land just because you want to have some of that, but it's just in the specific areas.
there it is.
Yeah.
So guys, follow us on our newsletter.
Yeah.
That way, I put the chat in there. It's just in the, okay, we'll put it in the beginning again.
And also follow us on all those social media, Facebook, Instagram,
Definitely.
and YouTube. Soon we're gonna be all
If you want to go back and see any of our Q&As, special Q&As, they all live on our YouTube
on our
page.
YouTube channel. Yeah.
This is streaming live on YouTube right now. So if you went to YouTube, you would see yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you'd see us.
If you have come up on the screen, you have seen yourself, but
yes.
Nobody wanted. Everyone was very shy tonight.
Thanks for all of your questions.
Alrighty,
Those were
guys.
great.
We're going to introduce a new line for the Q&A next week. We're going to do some Meet the Expats in September, I think. We haven't done that in
Love
6
it.
months.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you'll meet some other people
Joyce
that
says
live in the
Colombia.
area.
There we go.
Colombia,
Joyce.
100 times, Joyce. Colombia. You made me do it. All right, folks. Have a super night and talk to you next Thursday.
Have a beautiful weekend, all of you.
Thank you, Carter.
Thanks, guys.